May I begin? Jai Guruji. So going back, when I first met Guruji, my relationship, my marriage was crumbling. So I had asked Guruji that, either mend it or break it, one way or the other. And he said, just aya kar or hazri lagaya kar. So I kept coming, and of course, the 1 year turned into 2 years, then it became 5 years. And then, of course, on the 8th year, I became quite impatient because I had already been married for 12, 13 years by then. More, 14, 15 years. And things were just crumbling around me. My marriage was crumbling. I was crumbling. My self-esteem was becoming lower and lower. My sense of self-worth, my confidence, it was crumbling. And I had become invisible in my marriage. Literally, I had faded into the background. I was going unnoticed, and there was nothing there. It was just paper thin. So there was nothing to hold on to. And Guruji knew, of course, of my suffering. It was, and he just kept saying, "Aya kar, paat kita kar, do the mantra jap." And of course, he was strengthening me from within, which I wasn't aware of at that point. I didn't know why he was delaying it, but as we have learned today, his delays are not his denials, and but we understand this in hindsight. So 1 year before, I, we parted ways, my ex-husband and I. 1 year before, Guruji was introducing me to someone, and I remember saying, Anita Bagla. And he said, Bagla na bolya kar. So when he said that, he gave me an indication that he's working on me, my karmas, and he's working on clearing the pathway. So it can work either way. Either your relationship solidifies and he consolidates it, making it beautiful. And if he sees that there's no hope there, then of course he, at least in my case, he enabled me to break free from the shackles of what was already broken, to be honest, but the shackles of pain. So he broke those away. So he gave me an indication a year before, and he started asking me, personal questions which were related to my marriage. And of course, he knew everything in his divine vision. He could see everything as he can see today. So he knew that the situation was very dire. It had no hope. It was I was dejected, feeling rejected. And then the following year, as I had given up hope, I said, now another year. So it's been 9 years since I've been, requesting Guruji to either mend it or break it. But of course, when he said, okay, there's no hope here, it took him another year. And I had given up hope on Guruji. I felt that, okay, I'm again going unnoticed. Now I'm even invisible to him. I'm invisible in my marriage. Now I'm even invisible to Guruji because he's not paying heed to my pain. And sometimes we all feel like that Guruji, there's so much Sangha today. And are you really paying heed to my heart? Are you listening to the pain and the suffering that's going on in me? Or is it going unnoticed because you are so busy with your growing database? So we all have questions, but trust me when I say it's his timing, his ways, his grace, and it comes when he deems fit, when he knows that we are capable of even taking those blessings. So I had given up hope. I flew back to England with my girls, and I had decided I don't need Guruji's blessings. He's not paying attention to me. And I get a call. As soon as my thoughts settle in my mind that I don't need Guruji anymore, I receive a call. And I remember a Guru Sangat was staying with me in Manchester at that point, and she was supporting me, giving me her unconditional emotional and physical support. And this is how Guruji does it. He always sends his angels in our lives when we are truly falling to pieces. So I always say, when things seem like they're falling into pieces, they are actually falling into place, but we can't see it with our myopic vision. And Guruji, of course, with his infinite divine vision, is mending it slowly, bringing the broken pieces together to make us whole and to make our life whole. So I received the call, and Guruji says, it's my birthday, July the 7th, come back to India and celebrate. I was reluctant. I felt that Guruji, this is just another celebration. This is just another call from Guruji, and he's not really blessing me for what I need. Now it was need-based. It was not want, it was not desire, it was not a longing or a yearning. It was a need. My dignity, my self-preservation, everything was at stake. So then I did fly back to India with my daughters. And since they were studying in the British school, I did not want to disrupt, their routine. I did not really want to ruffle any more feathers. I just felt I want to clean break. So I had in my head already walked away from the unhealthy marriage that I was in. But, of course, somewhere in my subconscious, I was waiting for the final approval from Guruji. I go to Bara Mandir on his birthday, and as I walk in, I remember as if that was yesterday, literally. I walk in, Guruji is as resplendent as the moon and the sun. He's radiating. It was truly magical. It was 2006, July the 7th. And I walked in very, very reluctantly, you can say, hesitatingly. And I felt he would say, like he did the last two times when I walked out of my marital home, I remember him saying, "Subah ka bula, sham ko laut jaye, to usko bula nahi kehte, ja wapas Ali, tera time nahi hai." But this time, the words were completely different. As I bowed, hesitatingly, he looks into my eyes and he said, "Divorce, divorce, divorce." And I looked at him. I said, "Really, Guruji?" He said, Mahapurush ko dobara nahi puchte. I have blessed you. Now you will be very happy, supremely happy. In his words, in his parlance, he said, "Tu bahut khush rahengi hun tu dekhi teri life badal jayegi." And truly, believe you me, Sangatji, after that, of course, it took years. I'm not saying it happened overnight, but there was a lot of inner work to be done. And then he said, the next line was, "When you asked me for the divorce 9 years ago, you did not have a leg to stand on. You were weak. Your confidence was totally shattered. And from being shattered, I will bring you into a space of stillness." So he converts. Being shattered and scattered, he brings you then into a space of silence and stillness. But it's a process. It didn't happen overnight. I was 40 and life had just begun for me now, but I had to rebuild it from scratch. I had fallen flat on the ground, and now it was him who was enabling me to rise again. And it was a slow, gradual process, slow but sure and steady. So he's amazing. He handholds us, but he knows our karmic debts that we have to pay along the way. He knows that what we are capable and incapable of, and he builds us slowly. So once the home is totally demolished, he gradually, brick by brick, step by step, reconstructs, rebuilds our lives and rebuilds our home, which is the body. And this home is our first home, as we know. And he taught me to take care of this home first. So cleanse it, sprinkling it from all that resentment, anger, rage, guilt, whatever I was holding on to in this home that is given us in this incarnation. So he enabled me to sprinkle it and then to replace it with fresh, renewed determination, strength, courage, confidence, self-esteem, so that this home then was comfortable for me to live in. And this home then could take me further into the purpose of life that Guruji has granted me, which is to do the seva of sharing the satsangs that I have been able to be blessed with and to be honored with, that so I can carry this forward in this home. So Guruji is so kind, so gracious, words fall short. And he said, now I have given you everything that you need as opposed to what you want. And he said, holy, holy samajh aandi hai Guru di blessing. So slowly but surely you will see your Guru's blessings shower upon you. So they are gradually before you, and you are engulfed in his blessings by, I would say, for me personally, as I started doing the seva, the service that he gave me of sharing, connecting Sangat, and traveling the world with his grace, and again spreading the light, I saw my own life unfolding. So simultaneously, it's all interconnected. Whatever seva, whatever service you have been given or not given, but just leading a good, decent life starts elevating our lives. So it reduces the bad karmas and it increases the good karmas. So once our good karmas are better, then our vibration lifts, and that is what we start attracting in our lives. It's very scientific. So we start attracting good people in our lives. We start attracting good experiences in our lives. So never believe that being good is not good. So a lot of people in today's world say, no, but the world is crumbling. Good people seem to be elevating. Bad people are always suffering. That is absolutely incorrect, because good people have God by their side. And good people, you will see, in the end, flourish always. And they prosper. And I don't just mean monetarily. They prosper emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. So be good and let Guruji be proud of you as much as he can be, and let us be the shining example of Guruji's Sangat, of Guruji's devotees. And in today's complicated, chaotic, confused world, let us be the calm. Let us be the shining calmness in this whole chaos, because he is truly there. And for me, I never believed that I could have a second chapter, I could have a second chance, but he has given it to me, granted it to me again and again. When I had the cancer, and then for the divorce, and the life after divorce, most importantly, is not the breakup, but the breakthrough that happened afterwards. And it happened, as I said, slowly, surely, steadily. It happened over a number of years. I still had to go through and cleanse a lot of the karmic dirt that I had accumulated over many lifetimes, because my health kept falling and I kept rising with his grace, and I kept falling and rising. And this continued until I realized that I don't need to hold on to anything now, and I can travel light. I can break those shackles of the past, hold on to the good memories, let go of the bad, and I don't need to carry any weight on me. I can travel light until I move into the light of divinity. So Jai Guruji, thank you for enabling me to share. And I hope the sharing inspires the listener. It brings about a certain level of faith and surrender in the listener, because he said, in the end, you must surrender to his divine will. Because when we surrender and learn to go with the flow, knowing that his hand holds us, then we see his hand, his capable hand, in every aspect of our lives. So leave everything in his capable hands, and you will see his hand in every aspect, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical, which is our health. And first Guruji used to say, I give you health, then I give you wealth, and then I give you everything else. But he's a giver. He's a true giver. And all we can give in return for the oceans of blessings he gives us is a drop of our own decency, our goodness, our humanity, our humility, our compassion. So just stay with him and enjoy the journey with him. Jai Guruji. Thank you.